My friends, I have terrible news. In between episodes, I have been so incredibly busy. But alas, a terrible thing has happened. Napoleon, our magnificent Argentavis, has been retired. That is right. No more shall we use him because I tamed up this guy. Meet Cerulean. Yep. This guy was, I think, a 130 Argentavis wild tame. Let's go ahead and have a quick look. Yes, he was indeed 130. You remember Napoleon was only a level 90 wild tame, and Cerulean, my friends, is gorgeous. Look at those colors. That blue, that has to be one of my favorite colors in all of Ark. Anyway, hi, welcome back to Ark DLC Cluster, my friends. Whoa, I need to land. Land, thank you. Good job, Cerulean. That was a magnificent introduction. You are a majestic bird, I agree. Anyway, my friends, I was really busy in between episodes. I got a lot done. In the last one, we tamed up a couple of stegos at the end of that episode because in this episode we need to tame Desmodus. And we definitely need a good tanky stego for that. You could use something like an Andrewsarchus as well if you have it with its saddle, because then you can't be plucked off of the back. But stegos allow you to use weapons, so I went with the stego route. And in between episodes, I've actually done a lot with the stegos. So let me introduce you all to Cherry Amber, our stego. It is not really mutated. I didn't do a whole lot of breeding. I literally just combined the stats of the stegos that we had and we got the best stats. In the process, I did get a handful of mutations. They aren't good mutations. Cherry Amber, I think, had mutations on oxygen and movement speed. Yeah, neither of which are very useful. But the colors, which is the red on the plates and on the joints, and that yellow back, yeah, the colors were great. So I put them together onto the good stat base, and this is what we got. Cherry Amber. Now I have to admit, this thing came out with a lot of hit points. That is really, really good. And a good amount of weight. So we'll probably end up using Cherry Amber as a gathering, farming kind of creature. But Cherry Amber was bred for this episode to tame up Desmodus. So that is what we're going to use her for in a little bit. I also went around in between episodes and I tamed up a bunch of moss chops, because we need those for the Desmodus taming as well. Similarly, while I was busy with the stegos, I combined the stats of a bunch of moss chops. And this is what we got. Right now, it's not the best or anything. I literally only went for high health because you need moss chops that can take a lot of beating, it needs to tank for a while in order to use it for the Desmodus taming. I don't think the health really makes a difference in the efficiency it provides, the taming effectiveness, but it needs to survive a while. However, I also in the process wound up with this one. Now this is not mutated in any way. These colors are natural. They were still part of the turkey trial event things. But this was the prettiest one of the batch with the combined colors. And this, I think, is going to be our new berry gathering, fiber gathering moss chops, because imprinted, these things are speedy. So fast. And Martha here has a lot of health, a lot of stamina, and the weight and the melee are okay. I haven't leveled anything in, but yeah, that's a lot of stamina and a lot of weight. I'm really, really happy. Actually, I might have... Have I leveled anything into Martha? I didn't think that I did. No, I did. Okay, I did. I leveled some weight, some stam, and some health. But yeah, that is what I have been doing in between episodes, so I have been very, very busy. But now we're gonna get into today's episode, what I need to do now, and that is taming some Desmodus. So we're already 5 minutes in. I need to get my butt moving. We gotta go. My friends, if you are enjoying this episode at any point, please do consider hitting that thumbs up button for me. It really does help out a lot, and I appreciate it so much. Also, leave me a comment. I love comments. I really love comments. But let's get into Desmodus taming, shall we? So, in order to get all of this done, right, we've got Cherry Amber, our stego, and I have 6 bread imprinted, all fully healed moss chops, right? They all have 3,900-ish hit points, which is a good number for them to start out. I've also been using this blood extraction syringe thing in between episodes. It's really slow without something like a night owl to heal yourself with, but I do now have 200 blood packs with which to tame at the very least the first Desmodus. I don't think necessarily that we're gonna go for the highest level possible, but I mean, if we find one, I see no reason why we can't try and tame it. Because with 200 blood packs, I think we have enough to do it. And with all of the moss chops, it should be doable. I mean, I think. So, I'm just gonna go over here and I'm gonna grab this yellow drop real quick that just came down. And then we're gonna head on over to Vardeland, which I think is the Blue Orb Island. Where's the Blue Orb? There it is. Because there is a really nice big cave that has tons of Desmodus. It's nice and big to tame in. Some people like big caves, some people like small caves. My friends, I like them big, so we're gonna go for the biggest one I can find. Oh, there's a purple drop too! Capro saddle. I mean, eventually we'll be able to grind that. And that was a waste of time. Just look at this magnificent, gorgeous bird. Aren't those colors just perfect? I love it. So the cave I prefer to use is right in here, where you see these hexagonal stone formation things that kind of looks like it should be a wyvern scar of some sort. Yeah, in here with this beautiful blue water. On the far end of this is where I prefer to come for Desmodus taming. So you just fly all the way in, and then there's a ramp to your left that goes up, or there's this cave entrance. Now, this is considered a cave, and if I just show you guys here and I try and fly in here, I should, get thrown off of my Argentavis, because you cannot use normal flyer inside of a cave like this. And there they are. They are, whoops, did not want to do that. They are right up there, just waiting for us. Let's have a look. 15, 15, rash. Even a level 15 is very low. I'll see if I can find anything better than a level 15. But for now, let's go ahead. We'll pick up Cerulean. We need to get Cherry Amber out. Hop onto her. She has some levels. Let's see, what shall we level? I think stamina. Because this is a big cave, I'm probably gonna have to circumvent the cave once or twice. So, yeah, let's just give her a good amount of stamina, because they're really slow without it. Also, this green crystal, that's a beautiful color. Is that just normal crystal? Whoa! Go away. Go away. I mean, she does good damage. Dang. That's really good. Anything else? Yeah, you go and eat that, and that means that Did I just start to tame, No? Okay, excellent. I don't want to tame them right now. Is this just regular crystal? Yeah. Cool. I mean, that's a gorgeous stone texture. Let's see if we can find a semi-decent-ish kind of level Desmodus, shall we? So, right up above me are those first 2 level 15s that we already saw, right? But a little bit further into this cave, I found something more interesting. That's a level 90, and right next to it is a level 130. And I think that fella over there is going to be our first tame. Our first Desmodus tame. But just to show you guys why I like stegos for this job, right? You need to make sure that your plate mode is in the correct interface, I believe. So with this, the heavy plate, this one I believe slows your enemies. This one causes a bleed or does extra damage. And in this plate mode, the hardened plate mode, you take reduced damage. Well, your stego takes reduced damage, but also you cannot be dismounted from the stego, ever. Meanwhile, I can still pull out a weapon while I am on the back of the stego. This... Where are you? You, sir, need to just get a little bit closer so I can whack you, and then you need to bugger off. Fjordhawks are annoying. Anywho, so let's test that dismounting theory by aggroing these two, and I think that just by shooting that one, okay, we got them both coming for me, but none of the others. Perfect. So let's whack them, and we even got a Fjordhawk in the process. Marvelous. And a level. Nice. Now, I don't think they tried to dismount me there, but trust me, on a stego, they can. Stego is the tame to use to tame Desmodus. The tame to use to tame. Yes, words, my friends. Is that... Are those Desmodus or Onyx flying around? I think they're Onyx. Yeah. You can... This cave is big enough that you can find Desmodus flying around as well occasionally. But I think for the most part, they will be hanging from the roof, from the ceiling. Like over there's another one. Probably too far to... Oh no, we can spyglass it. Looks like it's got some nice colors. I like the white. This one that we're going for has a bit of white on it as well. Although not as much. No, that one is more white. It's okay. So, let's see. I need to do some setup first. This Onyx, yep, is coming for me, so we can kill it. I wonder if I need to go and kill those scorpions first as well. Let me clear out some space here, make sure there's nothing around, get my moss chops out, and then I'll bring you guys back, and I'm about to start the process. There is a 150 female in this cave as well, next to that level 20 white one. What? So there's that 150 over there, and then our 130 is over here, and it's a male! That's a breeding pair! Well, let's tame one. I've tried to tame multiple at the same time before, and it's always a mess. You tame them one at a time. So let's tame this 130 male first, and see how it goes. We might be taming that 150 female as well in today's episode. So I have thrown out 4 of my moss chops, and just to make sure that they don't freak out, because moss chops tend to passively flee if combat arrives. Even the tamed ones are big chickens. So we're just gonna make sure that they are chilled and on passive around me. I've got them kind of spread out for now. And then I believe... Yeah, okay, so we don't want the white one, we want the red-gray one. Okay, so how are we gonna get them down? I'm pretty sure you can net it from here, and we can probably try to do that to keep it distracted while I kill its friend. Now, if you hit the Desmodus within a range, a radius, its neighbors will aggro as well. I believe those other 2 over there on top right should be far enough that they shouldn't aggro. I really hope so, because I don't want to have to choose between that 150 and this 135. But let's go ahead. I'm going to try and net the one I want to tame so that it stays stuck. Okay, that worked. That hit. So they kind of freak out. They net up against the roof, and then they stay there. Okay, and then that one is dead. So as soon as this one breaks out of its net, it should come down towards me, and then we hope that it aggroes onto one of the moss chops and picks them up. Okay, it just broke free and it is coming down towards me. So let's see, okay, it's gonna try, yeah, just tried to grab me, but it failed because I'm on a stego. Okay, I need you to please pick up one of the moss chops. Any one of the moss chops. There we go. Okay, now it's gonna hit me with the moss chops, which is not necessarily what I wanted to do. But it's alright, these moss chops have a good amount of hit points. They should be able to handle a couple of hits. Okay, it dropped the moss chops. Then it's going to lose aggro for a little bit. Go around. And now we can begin to put it on the taming tractor. There you go, see? It has started taming, because it is on the taming tracker. Now, a lot of people say that you need to get the Desmodus to grab you once to start the taming. That is not true. You can let it grab any of your tames that it is capable of picking up immediately, and that will start the taming process for you. So now, if we come in, this will be easier to just monitor. You can see it already went up. It was 57 point something when I clicked this. Now it is 58 point something. And the aim there is the more it feasts on your tames, the more that taming effectiveness bar will go up. It starts at the mid-50s. You want it to be 100% before you let it feast on you. But yeah, this is now us. So it's gonna get around 1.5% or so, I believe, if my math was correct there, per feed on a moss chops. So it's gonna take a really long time to do this. You just gotta be patient. You sit here, you get a good drink, put on some music, you relax, and you tame yourself up a Desmodus. Because that's what I'm gonna do for the next half an hour or so, I think. I'm having to bring you guys back a bit earlier, just a little bit earlier than I had wanted to, just to show you what has happened now, because this could happen every now and then. Absolutely nothing has progressed, right, from when you last saw me. It hasn't picked up another moss chops at all. It's just kind of spazzed out and gone over in that direction, and I can't get it to come back. Right, I've tried to go closer to aggro it. Unfortunately, I'm unable to. Now this does happen. That Onyx needs to not do that. So let's just kill the Onyx first. So when this does happen, it is very unfortunate. I'm not aware of another way to handle this to get its aggro than to shoot it. Now, preferably with a weapon that doesn't deal a whole lot of damage, and you want to try and avoid headshots if you can, because you don't want to hurt it too much. It is going to reduce its taming effectiveness by a rather significant amount, unfortunately. Yeah, now we're back down to 50 baseline. It does suck. It will heal as it eats, as it feasts on your tames. But when it spazzes out like that there, I don't know of much else that can be done about it, unfortunately. So, here we go. We just gotta wait until it grabs another moss chops. There we go. Okay, so moss chops acquired. Now we carry on. We proceed. Do not go over the water again, please. Okay, no. It looks like we're good for now. So we're probably about 25 minutes into this taming process. And we're at 68.7. It's going up now again because it's got one in. It's a very slow, mind-numbing, boring-ish process, but we have lost our first moss chops. The first one has been killed, which is bad. So I think I might need to throw out some more. I've got 2 more with me. We're gonna go ahead and throw them out as well. That was passive, right? Yeah. I don't see... This one over here is a little bloody. The other 2 still look fine. but it has now killed one of them. And we're not even halfway with the taming process yet. So, yeah, I'm just going to throw the rest out and give it some more opportunity to get the job done, you know? In the meantime, I like to kind of distance myself from that whole process, which sucks. This is probably the most boring taming in Ark. I really hate this taming method that they've given the Desmodus and how long it takes. But yeah, I distance myself so that it doesn't get distracted with my presence. That rock just came back. I might actually have a moss chops inside of that rock now, which would be bad. I'm gonna go break that rock. Yeah. Just a routine checkup, returning you guys for a couple of seconds. We just passed 80% taming effectiveness, so we're on our way. It's probably been another 10 minutes since I last brought you guys in, and so far so good. Nothing else has happened, no more hiccups, we haven't lost any more. I'm still keeping my distance, just letting it do its thing.
One eternity later.
And it just hit 100% taming effectiveness. That is marvelous. We can put it back on tracker. I just got rid of it because I was very annoying to have it going around the screen all the time. So now, what I need to do is I need to take these blood packs and put them on my last slot. And I think I can then go around and just pick up all of my moss chops. I no longer need them. You know what I should have brought? Parachutes. Because this is probably going to end very badly for me without said parachutes. What did you have in your inventory? I mean, some of that is nice to have. I want you to come and aggro onto me. There we go. Okay. So, now, if one looks at the bottom right of my screen, you see the blood packs are going down, and its taming effectiveness is going up. You can just kind of see it incrementally. Alright, it put me down. Gonna have to happen again. Don't just hit me. Pick me up. Come on. Pick me up. Pick me up. We're so close. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. And it didn't even take me very high up. That is marvelous. I don't think it will ever really reliably not do that, so don't bank on it. Don't do what I do. Bring parachutes. What do we got on the very first one that we've tamed? That is a rather mediocre bat. The stats get good when they are in and around 40. I think the low 40s are good for my max levels. So, low 30s are very mediocre kind of stats. But hey, we've got our first bat, our first Desmodus. I also didn't bring a saddle, so we can't test him out. Hi! Yeah, you're bloody hideous, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Well, let's go ahead and pick him up. I do want to have a quick look. That moss chops is fine. Little hurt. It's okay, it's okay. This one is very hurt. This one was the second moss chops that this bat just decided it's gonna go for, and it's gonna pick on it. And the poor girl. Anyway, that's a bat. We've tamed a bat. I'm definitely gonna come back for that 150 female. But I think I'm gonna go and heal up my moss chops first. I'm gonna get a saddle for this bat. And I'm gonna bring parachutes. I just want to show you guys something real quick, and this is probably something that I should have looked into before going to try and tame our first bat, which, by the way, does now have its saddle. You see these two are very bloody, right? Well, they're not very bloody because they were very hurt from the bat taming. No, they're very bloody because if I open up these guys' inventory, they have a lot of levels available to them. That's just from passively sitting in these soul balls. So, I'm actually gonna just level them all up all the way, as much health as I can get. Whoops, I didn't want to hop onto you. And then go through the grueling task of healing all of them manually, the hard way. But then they're all gonna have so much health that I highly doubt that the next bat is going to be capable of killing them at all. So yeah, this is my life for the next hour. This video is taking so long to make, but it's gonna be worth it. It's gonna be so worth it if we have a breeding pair of bats. So I do now have 5 parachutes, and they are on my hotbar for easy access. We actually didn't use that many blood packs to tame up the first bat, so I'm gonna have plenty left to tame up the next one, which means we don't need to use this bat to get more blood packs to tame up another bat, which is a handy thing. I'm also taking a bunch of berries along so that my stego can have food with it, because that's one thing it didn't have. I mean, it has a lot of food and it has a lot of health. It's not going to be a problem, but just take some food with me for now. But yeah, and we're actually going to take this bat over there. I don't want to level anything just yet. I just want to see. Yeah, that's a good amount faster. I kind of like the dark wings on it, but not the gray. That's a good bit faster than the RG, and this one isn't even imprinted. I know there was a bug a while ago where they would just get a ridiculous amount of movement speed if you tame them, but it doesn't look like that's happened here. This guy is perfectly alright. Let's come and hit something. 161. That's not bad for a straight up tame. I can't wait until we have imprinted bats. Oh, that's going to be so much fun. Let's go tame up that female. And naturally, unlike with the Argentavis, the Desmodus can fly inside of caves and not kick us off. Yay! I think that's probably one of its main redeeming factors. Yeah, one of its main best factors, good factors, things, whatchamacallits. Anyway, let's tame up this female, shall we? There we go, okay. Hey, and that's 100% on her as well. It has gone a lot smoother with this one. He didn't get disturbed. Why did you go and throw the moss chops down up there? How am I supposed to get it down from there? Okay. He was being a lot more cooperative than her predecessor. Until this moment. Until right now. Okay, let's pick up these moss chops. Fine, she can keep chewing on that one for a little bit until she comes down this direction. What do we have? I think that's them. That's 4 moss chops. He has number 5. That's all I had. So let's go ahead and put the blood packs onto here. Do I want any of that? I will take that and that. I don't need those. Go ahead and pick you up. How am I supposed to get my moss chops from up there? Hey, did you think about that at all? Did you consider the difficult position you have put me in even a little bit before you did this? Also, why are you staying up there? Come down. Like, please. You're ready to be tamed. So come and get tamed. Yeah, no, I can't make that jump. The only way I'm getting that moss chops down is with the Desmodus. Did I poop? Whoa, I'm sorry. I apologize sincerely. Hey, that worked. Hi, moss chops. Do you think your bat friend will come down? Also, what's your health looking like? Oh yeah, no, these guys are good. For comparison, just quick reference, this one only took like 25 minutes to get up to 100% taming effectiveness. The last one took me over an hour, or nearly an hour, very close to an hour to get there. So it can kind of depend, it varies on how stubborn the bat is. This one is being very stubborn at this moment. Come on! Okay, she is refusing to come down. So I think we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try a backup plan here. We're just gonna put you onto passive. And see if we can aggro her by flying up a bit. Come on. Are you fleeing from me or are you aggroed? Oh, she's aggroed. Okay. So let's get down. There we go. Okay. That's alright. He's on passive. He can take a couple of hits. We're just busy taming up this one. Oh, so close. So close. I'm gonna put him away. I want you aggroed onto me, please. Come on. Come on, pick me up. Oh, that was an attempted pickup and she missed. There we go. Hey, we got her. We got her. All right. That is bat number 2. Tamed. Let's see. Let's have a look at some stats. That is a very sweet 40 into food. Not gonna lie. Okay, but her health is 1 point higher. Her stamina is significantly higher. Her weight is significantly higher. And her melee is 1 point lower. She is also not a great bat. But, hey, we've got 2 bats. We've got a breeding pair of bats, my friends. Yeah. I have no idea how long this episode is. It might be running a little late, but I really want to get an imprinted bat. So, let's go ahead. Let's take this bat. We're going to fly on out of here, head back home, back to the base, and we're going to breed these 2 bats together, imprint one, and then compare the 2 to one another and see just how good these guys can be if you imprint them. Breeding is done, my friends, and here I have 3 bats, 3 baby bats so far. They have all exactly the same colors, exactly the same stats. And I think the only good stat that came off of the male was the melee. But it was only 1 point higher than the female. All of the other stats came off the female. So, and I think the colors are the female's body, which is slightly darker, and the male's wings, which are those nice dark reds. Anyway, so these 3 are my future breeding bats for mutations and so forth. So I'm not going to imprint any of those. I've got another baby bat over here that I am going to imprint, and this is going to be my fly around bat for the time being. It is identical to those 3. It has the same stats and the same colors and everything. But this one I am going to imprint, those 3 I am not. When we're done, I do have the father here, and the same as what we did with the Basilosauruses in the last episode, where we compared imprint and non-imprint, we're going to do that. So we're going to take the father out as soon as this one is fully grown, and we're going to compare the damage that it does versus the damage that this little one is going to be able to do at the end of it. I'm looking forward so much. Alright, so this little bat here wants a walk for its imprint, so let's go ahead, put her on follow, and just walk this way. They look so funny when they walk. That imprint? No, that did not. Come on. Keep going. Come on, sometime today, please. There we go. Ooh, that's not a full imprint. That's a very weird number for you to get. But alright, we've got time for a second imprint. The first imprint came in under 50%, which means we can get another imprint before she gets fully grown. I just need to watch her and be sure. That's interesting. A lot of my other, easier tames, the Basilosauruses I knew took 3 imprints, but they grow. They age really, really slowly. I could do all 3 of their imprints before they got to 50%. So this one, it's good to know. It's a bit tighter. It's something to keep track of down the line should I choose to mutate them. And of course I am going to be mutating bats at some point, my friends. I cannot not do that. They are too cool to not mutate. And for her second imprint, she wants regular kibble. I unfortunately do not have kibble just yet, so we're gonna put her in a soul bowl and re-roll that imprint. You can do it with cryopods as well. It doesn't have to be soul balls. Yeah, okay, she's following. Now she wants a walk again. So cryopod or soul ball, if you put them in the cryopod and or soul ball and throw them right back out again, it should reset, there we go, that taming requirement. If it doesn't, or if it resets it to something that you don't like, just do it again. Keep doing it until you get something that you do like and that you can do. And now we have a fully imprinted Desmodus. That's awesome. And we can go ahead and compare her damage stats to her father as soon as she is fully grown. Okay, so we're currently on the father, the first bat that we tamed, which is a non-imprinted one, right? 161 to a non-mate boosted creature, which is awesome. Alright, there we go, that's dead. And we got blood packs, and alright, these things give spoiled meat. That's awesome. I'm never gonna have a shortage of spoiled meat ever again. Nice to know. Well, okay, that was the father, which is our baseline. Now let's go ahead and take out this bat, and let's go and test her for full imprint. I feel like she's a little bit faster. I know imprinting does provide a bit of a speed boost to some creatures. I don't know if it does it to flyers, but it does. Okay, so something that is not mate boosted. Dodo? That dodo is not mate boosted. There's a very high level dodo. 288. What? What? We went from 162 to 288. That is a really good improvement. Exactly the same amount of points into their melee. This one is just imprinted. That's awesome. So what does one level on this thing? That's a pretty good weight. That's a very good stamina. I'm quite happy with that, although I'll probably get that to about 2,000 eventually. Let's get her health up first. Whoa, those wings look broken. Alright, let's fight Strike. Whoa, I do not want to land, because they do... Actually, let's land and show you... Oh, okay, it's dead. Never mind. I will show that off real quick, just so you guys know what I'm talking about and why I'd prefer not to be fighting on the ground. Yeah, let's go for this tortoise. So, if you swing with the wing, it deals significantly less damage. And I don't know what the pattern is. Sometimes it bites, sometimes it swings with the wing when it's standing on all fours. So sometimes it does better damage, sometimes it does less good damage. Rather just try and fly permanently and just deal the max damage consistently, right? I mean, that feels like it makes sense to me. Also, these things auto land. If I fly up and then just dive straight down, boom, auto lands, which is kind of nice. It means they can't take damage from that. They don't throw you off or anything. Not that any other flyer would just throw you off from landing, but yeah, it takes a bit of getting used to, so be aware of it if you guys tame a bat for the first time. But oh yeah, that is some really good damage, and we will never have a shortage of blood packs or spoiled meat again going forward. That's great. I am very happy, my friends. It's been a successful episode. It's gone relatively smoothly, actually, compared to the last couple of episodes. I think the last one was okay, episode 4, but episode 2 and 3 were hectic, so it's been a nice reprieve from all of that chaos. Anywho, my friends, let's go ahead and hop down. Yeah, you're weird. We all know that. I think we're gonna call it an episode here. We've got a bat, we've got a really good bat. Gonna make taming so much easier from now on, and we're gonna start putting her to use in the next episode. But until then, my friends, if you've enjoyed this episode, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the very next one.